Hello, and welcome to the first episode of my 3-minute English Law program. My name is Dolores, and I'm a second-year undergraduate law student at the University of Oxford. In this program, I'm going to introduce to you a series of English cases. In each episode, I will talk to you about the facts, the judgments, and the significance of a particular case within 3 minutes. Now let's start with tort law, the landmark case of Donoghue and Stevenson. So what happened? Well, let me take you to a Sunday evening where Miss Donoghue was meeting a friend for a chat. The friend sat waiting for her at a cafe and ordered for her a bottle of Scotsman ice cream float, where you add ice cream on top of ginger beer. The owner of the cafe came and poured some ginger beer from out of a brown and opaque bottle labelled Stevenson. Miss Donoghue came and had some of the ice cream float. However, when her friend was trying to pour the remaining beer from out of the bottle into the tumbler, something happened. They saw a decomposed snail floating from out of the bottle. Miss Donoghue was sick right at the sight and was later diagnosed with severe gastroenteritis and shock. The case was brought to the court. Do you think Miss Donoghue should be compensated by Stevenson? If your answer is yes, the House of Lords agreed with you. The road to this conclusion, however, was not unimpeded. If Donoghue was to sue Stevenson, then it has to be established first that Stevenson owed her some kind of duty and breached it. Now, in the law before Donoghue and Stevenson, no such specific duty existed. For a product manufacturer to be liable to a consumer, one of the following 3 circumstances need to arise. First, they were in a contractual relationship. Second, the product manufacturer deliberately concealed the dangerousness of the product from the consumer. And third, the product manufacturer failed to warn against the intrinsic dangerousness of the product. And the current case fits into neither of the 3. The House of Lords, in our case, made a remarkable decision. I will read out to you a paragraph of the judgment of Lord Atkins, which sums up the position of law in this case very well. The rule that you are to love your neighbour becomes in law you must not injure your neighbour. And the lawyer's question, who is my neighbour, receives a restricted reply. You must take reasonable care to avoid acts or omissions which you can reasonably foresee would be likely to injure your neighbour. Who then in law is my neighbour? The answer seems to be persons who are so closely and directly affected by my act that I ought reasonably to have them in contemplation as being so affected when I am directing my mind to the acts or omissions which are called in question. In this way, the House of Lords laid the foundation for the modern law of negligence and established the key principles of duty of care. Thank you very much for listening to this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.